to license it.
Meep, meep.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:78 scale model Matchbox Ford heavy wreck truck. It was model number 71 in the Matchbox series 1:75, and they were produced from 1968 till 1986, so they had a pretty good long 18-year run. Gonna have a first look at it here. Pretty scruffed up, well loved, but it's 52 years old. I would have played hard with this one as a boy. And taking a matchbox apart begins with the bench vise and a little squeeze to drill out the single rivet on this model. That's just a number 4 drill. You don't have to go down too deep to loosen that up. And this one comes apart like a charm. I put a flat screwdriver in there and get a little bit of a fulcrum underneath the toe crane. There it goes. Another tinted windshield. I prefer the clear ones. I don't think I've ever seen an all green windshield, but there it is. And everything is in very good condition here. The paint lets it down, of course. Decals have been scratched off, but we'll work on those at the final step. And the wheels are in pretty good condition, so it looks like I can reuse everything on this model. So after checking it out, back into the bench vise, and I'm going to drill with a number 1 bit into the single post. The tape is just a depth measurement for me, so I don't go in too far. Tapping tool to put some new threads in there, and I'm going to use an M2 button head screw, and I usually do a test fit at this point because you don't want to have to do any re-drilling or tapping at the end of the process when you've got a nice fresh paint job. So it's good to check it now, and this one is in snug as a bug. That looks good. I've removed the back 2 axles and want to show you on a matchbox. See that one end of the axle is nicely mushroomed, and this other end is just crimped, squeezed tight, out of shape, so the wheel won't come off. And so one easy way to deal with that is just give it a uncrimp, super squeeze it back, which is all I did there. Leave the mushroom end as it is, and this is a very gentle pull as I disappear off camera. Off comes the wheel, out comes axle number 3. And this one was a little bit bent, and on such a heavy casting, I don't know what kind of high-speed accident this little boy had against the wall or the foot of the sofa. More likely it was his dad's bare foot in the middle of the night in the dark, but that bent back into shape. These are nice heavy castings, and that really speaks to the quality of the toys of my childhood. 1 axle out of 3 needed a little tap in to straighten it out, and they're all good to go. into the paint stripping, and when I dipped the red cab in crane, I was careful to hold it by that little plastic hook because the paint stripper would have done damage to that, but it's out of harm's way now. And while we're waiting for the paint stripping to take effect, quick wash up in some hot soapy water for the interior parts, which in this case just includes that green windshield. No scratches. And the original 6 Matchbox tires are in there. As I said, they're in very good condition for a tow truck, which I would have thought would have been outside in the dirt. These ones have aged very, very well. And you can see that the paint stripper has bubbled up that red and white paint job just beautifully. That's what it's supposed to do. It had a little toothpick holding the plastic hook off of the stripper. And it just slides off there beautifully. When I watch other Matchbox restorations on YouTube, I find it satisfying to see the step-by-step process. And if you're enjoying this video, I'd be happy if you give it a thumbs up, and why not become a subscriber to my channel and click the notification bell so that you get regularly updated content, especially during these coronavirus lockdown days. Also, leave any comments below, and I'd be happy to hear back from you. Things I'm doing right, probably some things I'm doing wrong in these early videos. But remember, it's all about having fun for me as the restorer, and especially for you as the viewer. Any sharp tool will do to remove the remaining paint. I use an X-Acto knife, just the tip of it, and go carefully around and look for some spots so that the final paint job, which you see here, has a good surface to stick to. Let's call this tow truck red. And for the truck bed, we're back inside in the little airbrush booth, and you won't see a big change because it's white paint as per the original, going on top of light gray primer. And I'll let them dry along with the tires that got a little bit of a wash, black wash, to clean them up. And it's time to put them back together. So I've got a tire on the mushroomed end, and this is the uncrimped end of the axle. Trying to decide if there's an inside or an outside on those Matchbox tires. I don't think so. And I'll just put that back on with a little bit of pressure, and I will recrimp those 3 ends so that they hold. And the second life of this truck, we'll get lots more traffic and rolling. They'll be good to go. This was flat white paint on the face of the truck in the original model. I thought I'd just dress it up a little bit with the chrome pen, and then I get a fine detail paint brush just to be a little more exact along the edges. Fuel tank is red. And on the opposite side of the truck body looks like maybe a toolbox or something, and I gave that the red paint treatment as well. I changed up the axles on this. It was an SO truck in 1968, and I just decided Texaco looked good, and now it's a Matchbox tow truck. So if you have a broken down Matchbox, give me a call and we will come to the rescue. 24-hour-a-day service. Here's what we started with. Well up, worn out, tired looking. Here's how it looks now, a couple of hours later. Fresh paint job, new decals, refurbished wheels, looking good. I had fun doing this makeover, and I hope you enjoyed watching it and that you'll come back real soon. It's coffee time.